Let's talk more about the World Day for Decent Work. Bring in our reporters who are following those demonstrations by members of Cosatu. We've got Nasiphi Same, who's out for us in Cape Town. Ziniko Mhlaba is monitoring a similar demonstration in Johannesburg. Let's begin with you, Ziniko. Tell us what those workers around you have been telling you today.
Well, Chembekile, we are on our way now to the game store. We understand that Cosatu is commemorating this day by assisting the workers of the game store. We know that today is that International Day for Decent Work. So as far as the Joburg branch of Cosatu or the Gauteng branch of Cosatu, they are embarking on this march from their headquarters, from the Cosatu's national office at Braamfontein, the Cosatu House. Now we're at the middle of the Johannesburg CBD. We're just 10 minutes away or 5 minutes or so away from their destination. But let me bring in quickly Mr. Amos, who's the chairperson of Gauteng, chairperson of Cosatu in Gauteng, just to give us insights as to what exactly do they have in plan. Chair, we know that today is World Decent Day, is World Day for Decent Day. Tell us about why this march to the game store, what's happening, what's your project, what are the problems that are faced by workers there?
No, thank you very much. I think we are going to game stores because of the decision by Walmart to downsize or downcard their stores in the country, thus resulting to retrenchment of workers. And as we are celebrating this World Decent Day, we cannot allow that to happen. We have to have an engagement with Walmart. We have to make sure that we go to games and submit our memorandum. The demands are in the memorandum, wherein we're demanding that something must be done in order to make sure that workers are not dismissed at Walmart, and in particular at game stores, which they want to downsize.
Okay, just tell us about the level of support from the alliance partners provincially and nationally. How are things looking? Are they here? What's their message?
Well, the alliance currently in the province is not around here. I'm going to a meeting with the alliance because the alliance is busy trying to formulate government today after the premier was appointed yesterday. So there will be an announcement probably today. So I will be going to that meeting. So alliance partners are not part. But then I've seen the NEC member of the ANC, the former president of Cosatu, who has joined the long walk to Kingston.
I mean, just briefly, you just mentioned that you are working towards, you'll be meeting with the leadership of the ANC to formulate government. What are you taking to that meeting? What are you hoping? What are your expectations? What should be done to correct things that were not correct or not so correct in the previous?
Well, it's not necessarily there will be correction of something. We're only left with 15 months to the next elections. It's just to make sure that there's government that takes from where the former premier has left and move forward with those. We're interested in the portfolio of economic development because we think there's been strides that has been made in the economic development portfolio. We're interested in the portfolio of education, who's going to come. We don't know yet who's going to come. We'll be informed as to what the premier has decided to deploy in those portfolios. But then we are also looking at accelerated service delivery and deal with a number of issues, community safety. If you remember, in the past month, there have been tavern shootings, and we're promised that there will be community safety. But then we don't think that there's community safety as things stand, particularly at working class areas. We needed to have a strengthening of that particular area. But then over and above, we want the improvement in municipalities, that the current premier should just go in and rein in municipalities because most of the things are not happening as it is required in municipalities. Coalition governments are not working. So we expect to raise some of these issues, but then we are waiting for the premier to inform us what is in his mind in terms of shaking up the cabinet. We might even not want him to shake up the cabinet, one or two, but then it is his prerogative. We're just going to be informed and then we'll raise our views in that.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you very much. That was Mr. Amos, who is the chairperson of Cosatu here in Gauteng. He also told us that as he was concluding the engagement with us, he's running into a meeting with the provincial executive of the ANC. You understand that Nasiphi is on a process of formulating his cabinet. So Cosatu telling us exclusively that they are looking forward to that portfolio of economic development, the portfolio of education in which Nasiphi was heading in the past 10 years or so. So those are the details. We are about to get to the game store itself, where this march is headed to. So that's the lowdown, Tembekile, from us here downtown Johannesburg. It's a Cosatu march. Started at Cosatu House in Braamfontein. We're halfway through now there. They'll be heading to the game store where they will be submitting their memorandum of demands to Hallmark management and some stakeholders of the company.
Ziniko Mhlaba, thank you very much for that. Let's take you to Cape Town, where another demonstration is happening today by workers, all to do with decent work, World Day for Decent Work. Nasiphi, what is the assessment of workers in Cape Town of just how decent work is in the province, in the Western Cape?
Well, many of the workers that we spoke to, painted a grim picture in regards to the working conditions in the various companies that they work in. However, fear of speaking to the media on record, fearing that they might be victimized and possibly lose their jobs, which is something that they don't want. However, many of them coming out today to join this protest by Cosatu and its affiliates in regards to what they want from the various government spheres, which is national and provincial, to look into. But I am joined by Mervyn de Bruyn also here from the Western Cape, Cosatu. Thank you so much for your time. But go through the memorandum of demands that you've submitted to the provincial legislature and Parliament, some of the core demands that you have.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, the core demands that we're talking about today is a question of decent work for our members and workers. We talk about the question of the national minimum wage. We talk about the question of gender-based violence, the question of corruption in its totality, the question of health and safety. Those are core demands that the demands memorandum is talking to. And they want government to come to the party this time around.
On that note, last year this time you visited the same government spheres with the same demands. How hopeful are you and hopeful are you that they're actually going to tend to these demands, and perhaps do you think that you should go back to the drawing board and re-strategize in terms of tackling this particular day and your challenges as well, and challenges of workers rather?
Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, we were here before on the same issues. But we can also report that on some of the issues government maybe moved to on some of the issues, but we're not happy with the slow pace on the demands that we've submitted. Hence we're coming back today, and you're correct, we will have to go back to the drawing board to see how best can we deal with this matter. Even if it means we have to do sit-ins at government department, we'll have to explore that, but that can only be decided at the executive level. But we'll have to do that, but we'll give them a large opportunity to come to the party today, to tell us what they will do when they respond within 14 days.
Decent minimum wage and a living minimum wage, what does that mean?
What we're saying with a decent wage, basically, because they talk about the minimum wage, but a decent wage is a wage that at least can last you from day one till it get payment the next week. Not the wages that only last you for over the weekend, and Monday we are back to square one. And we want a decent wage, for at least for workers, to provide for their families. That's what we want, what we're talking about when we say we want decent wages and decent working conditions.
Thank you so much. That is Mervyn there, obviously speaking about the plight of workers, but also looking at the core demands that they have for national, including provincial government, in regards to what they believe workers need in order to obviously make their working environment much more healthier, which is the health and safety, security, also looking into corruption, and also that much important decent or living wage that they want government to look into, and also calling on for government to act more speedily in regards to attending to these demands. As last year, this time, they were here embarking on a protest in hope that they are heard. So basically what we do know so far is that a number of members of Cosatu and its affiliates have marched to the various government departments to hand over their memorandum and have given government 14 days to hopefully respond favorably to their demands.
Nasiphi Same, thank you very much for that report from Cape Town.